Hey guys, we're out in the Honda Hornet. I've done about 500 yards. This bike is tiny. It feels very small and very light. As you would imagine, because this is so small and light, the steering feels extremely responsive. So you can see the TFT screen, very clear. A couple of different ride modes on this one. I'm just in standards at the moment. I'll put it into sport in a wee while just to try it. So initially it's standard Honda mirrors. Good view of what's behind me. Very responsive throttle. It has got different ride modes, as I said, and this is just the standard ride mode, which is the softest of the two standards. You've always got a rain mode as well, but it's not raining today, so I don't think we'll be having that on. So it does feel a fairly sporty riding position. My knees are tucked up nicely underneath me. My body's canted forward slightly. Very little weight on my wrists, to be fair. Quite comfortable, much sportier than the positions I usually ride, because I've never really, well, I have had a naked bike a long time ago, but the bikes I've tended to go for more recently are a bit more upright. So looking at the TFT here in front of me, very clear. Speedometer, rev counter, bottom left you get your total mileage, instant fuel consumption, average fuel consumption, your mode on the right. Looking down here you've got your standard, so your power, your traction control and your engine braking. So if we just press mode, flicks it into rain, press it again, into custom user mode, into sports. We'll keep it standard for the time being. Very light clutch, just pulling away there. You could easily sit and hold that in for a good while if you had to. The suspension feels relatively firm. Not uncomfortable. It soaks up the wee bumps fine, but it is relatively firm. Brakes are perfectly good, responsive. Feel very nice. So it's down to second. Right here, as I said, because it's such a small bike, you could flick it about, no bother at all. Controls fall to hand everywhere you would expect. So it's 35 mile an hour, 4th gear, sitting at about 3000 revs. Lovely and controllable power. Just gentle acceleration in 4th gear there, it's perfectly smooth. No snatchiness in the throttle, no jerking, nothing like that. Just using the back brake there, the back brake is ideal for just, right, we'll go this way. Ideal for slowing down about town, no trouble at all for that. Where's this truck going? We just to guess. Oh, he's got a bus. Fair enough. Oh, it's a McGill's bus. Did you ever hear the joke about the fish that was run over by the bus? Shouted, McGill's! First, second, third. Plenty of power to get up to speed in a town. No issues at all. Handles really well. Because it's so light, I can flick it about traffic. So I can see this guy emerging here. Easy. If I wanted to flick out and round, I could do that, no trouble. Feels toty. The quick shifter's got a couple of modes. You can have it in soft, or you can have it in, it's either hard or fast, I can't remember which, but it just basically speeds up the responsiveness and how hard you need to press it to get it to change up or down. So we've got it in soft at the moment, which means it's the lightest touch. The wee flick down the pothole, dead easy. So as I was saying, it's in the lightest touch. If you prefer to have it a bit more force needed to change it, you can do that. I think with the this bike, with it being relatively simple, it's got just the right amount of electronics. Personally, I'm not overly keen on a bike that's got too many electronics, because normally I just set it in the mode that I like the best and I just leave it. Right, where am I going here? Left. This is quite confusing. So if we're cutting through town and things like that, it's absolutely spot on. So easy to manoeuvre. It'd be an ideal commuter, this bike. Quick shifter's lovely. Just a lovely wee flick. Very smooth. Very smooth bike. I was unsure about this bike, because when I saw it I thought, it's just another parallel twin that's been churned out for the masses, and I wasn't overly sure about the styling either. I didn't really like it. I thought the Honda Hornet, traditionally, certainly the old ones I remember, had the round headlight. Well, I thought it would have been better if I had a round headlight. Forgot it was a speed camera there, it's okay. Brakes are good, but when you see it in the flesh, I think the slightly more angular headlight suits to the rest of the design of the bike. It brings it a bit more up to date. So drop it in here. Oh, that's just so light. You can change the line in a corner, no bother at all. Lovely. Handles these wee bumps really well. I said at the start I felt the suspension was quite firm, but riding it, it's perfectly comfortable. Now of course there's no fairing on this bike, so you are of course going to get a bit more wind than what you would perhaps normally get in a touring bike or a sports bike. But the air that I'm getting on my helmet is very clear air, no buffeting at all whatsoever. I can't imagine it would have any issues for either anyone taller or shorter than me. Brakes are really good. I must say I'm impressed with these brakes. Just get the standard exhaust on this bike, but it is a lovely sound. I must say that the quick shifter isn't standard, it comes with a sports pack, but I would highly recommend you look at getting that sports pack. So let's flick it into sports mode and we'll try it. So just have a quick look at your controls. Right hand side you've just got your kill switch, which is also your start. On the left side at the top here you've got your headlights. It's a kind of three-way switch. Mode, horn, indicators, function, hazards, and your multi selection for changing all the settings on your TFT. Just juke around these guys. Sports mode, the throttle isn't quite as smooth. I can feel it when I'm just applying on the throttle. There's definitely more of an on-off feel. Comes up to a stop lovely. Plenty of confidence because I know both my feet touch the ground, no trouble at all. What we'll do is we'll take it along the motorway. We'll come off at Glasgow Airport, go round Renfrew, through the tunnel and back to the dealership. We'll get a stop somewhere as well for a wee look round. Right, these guys get a wee bit ahead and put a wee bit of power down on the slip. Up to speed perfectly. And the motorway isn't really this bike's home environment, because the wind blast is obviously a naked bike, so you're going to expect that. It would be kind of tiresome if you were doing a long journey on the motorway. Let's be sitting at 65, 70 motorway speeds. perfectly smooth. There is no vibrations that I can feel at all through the bars or through the pegs or even through my knees. Nothing. It's a beautifully smooth engine. It's a 270-degree crank in this engine, so it sounds like a V-twin. So when you roll off the throttle, oh it's nice. Oh, that front brake is amazing. Light, nimble. You could have some real fun in this. Okay, so here we've got a more sweeping left-hander. Lovely. Flick it across to the right for the right-hander. Lovely. Take up to speed. Quick shift, quick shift. Oh. If you're looking for something that's going to be fun in the weekends, you can fling about, that's powerful but not crazy powerful, this is the bike, I think. The way the bike delivers the power, it's quite low in the rev range, so when you roll on the throttle it just picks up and goes. I'm in 5th gear here, we'll drive an overtake, it's a 50 zone, so you watch. So you've got instant power as soon as you roll on the throttle. The bike responds to counter steering really well. It's instant. As soon as you put an input in through the bars, the bike responds instantly. So the main competition for this bike is going to be your MT-07, the new Suzuki, is it the E8 or ER8 or something, I can't remember what that's called. So kind of all your middleweight bikes. Nah, I'll not stop here. And for price, this undercuts them all by quite a considerable margin. Starting at £6,999. Very good value for money bike, I would say. Here's a wee car park, this'll do it. Very easy to manoeuvre and back up. Side stand's easy to get to. Right, let's do a quick walk around. So here we are guys, out today in this 2023 Honda Hornet, brand new model, 750cc parallel twin. And I must say, it's a nice looking bike. When I first saw the press photos of it, I was like, not sure about that. But when you see it in the flesh, it's really nice. I think it's got a nice purposeful look about it. Comes in various colours. You've got this white with the red frame, you've got black, matte black it is with the red frame. You also have silver, and there's another colour that I forget. Oh, bright yellow, bright yellow. So looking at the bike, twin discs up front as you would expect, Nissan 4-pot calipers, very good brakes on this bike, very responsive. Quite light on the lever as well, so if you need to get a lot of force on the lever, it doesn't take a big handful to do that. Get your Showa upside down suspension, and this bike finished off in that lovely anodised red. Looking at the front, your full LED lights, and your indicators are also LED. Like a lot of Hondas, they stay on orange when the bike is just running, so it's your daytime running lights. Moving around the side, mirrors are perfectly adequate. It's just standard Honda mirrors that come in a lot of models, but they give you a perfectly good view around the back behind you. And there's that lovely parallel twin engine. Puts out about 90 horsepower. Really nice engine. So come around the back, beautiful frame. The way it's finished off with the lovely smooth finishes, I do like it. Some of the welds are neat enough. They're fine. They're fine. Not going to set the world on fire, but they're fine. Standard exhaust on there. I'm quite sure it won't be long until there's aftermarket exhausts available. Single disc brake on the back, but again it's quite powerful. Come around the back, there's a trade plate that's on this. I don't know how easy it would be to fit a tail tidy onto this bike because you've got the lights at the back there, so the wiring all runs through this. but I actually think it's quite neat with that aluminium bar. I think it's fine. Personally, I probably wouldn't change that if it was me. Looking at the other side of the bike, not as much to see down here. This bike is fitted with a optional quick shifter. It comes as part of the sports bike that's fitted, sports pack that's fitted to this bike. Very nice bike. We'll have a quick look at the screen, but I've only got this for an hour, so we can't be too long. So you've got your 5-inch TFT on there, perfectly clear. Wee indicator, I've just noticed here, telling you your side stand is down. So if you're ever like me and you're thinking, why can't I start it? Why isn't it working? You're checking everything. That tells you your side stand's down, and that's why it's not starting. Perfectly clear. Modes, quick flick through. You've got your sport mode we're in just now, standard mode, rain mode, and a user configurable, so you can set that to however you wish. Don't know if you can see just below, but it says sports. You've got P for power, T for your traction control, and EB for your engine braking. So again, you can customise all of that however you want in amongst the menu settings. So I need to thank the guys at Victor Divine in Glasgow for letting me take out their demo today. And I must say, very nice looking bike. So if you're in the market for a middleweight naked, it's very good price. This one's $6,999 in the base spec, not with the sports pack, that's extra. But can't really grumble with that price for what you're getting. So let's get back on and we'll finish the ride. Gear selection is very light. Okay. Nice wee sound there. Let's get going. Don't know whose car park this is, but thanks for the use of it, it was great. Wow, I must say, Honda, you've made a fun little bike. It's great fun. It's great fun and it's a good price, so well done. There we go, guys. Fun little bike.